finals week and I don't have a lot to do, but something did just come up. Someone on campus is giving away this lamp. I want this lamp. You know, it's embarrassing. I've been teaching here for 2 semesters now, but I never go on campus other than just straight to my office. So I still have to use like Google Maps to find any building that isn't exactly where I work at. These are the lamps. So some people were saying in my last video that I needed to get drug tested because my eyes were a little red, but I promise you that's from sleep deprivation, not from extreme levels of recreation. So I have been slacking on filming this kind of content. So this is just me covering what I've done in the last month or so. First thing is that the cadets did their spring training exercise, which involved a bunch of different schools all coming together. I got regulated to tower duty apparently, and just play around on a microphone. It also has like this old, it's stuck in place. Is it stuck in place? Well, not anymore. And I'm gonna sit here and do the writing that I'm behind on. But this is just the 0 range, so they're gonna go over there and shoot those targets over there. Cut to the next day. So cadets have been doing land nav all day today. And I've been like in charge, but really the cadets are running it. I'm just here to make sure like no one starts fighting or crying or throwing up. But I don't really mind that I don't have a ton to do because I've been busy writing scripts. So the weather was pretty bad last night, and as a result, this road that I was taking is closed due to flooding. Now I'm all for safety, so I begin to turn around, and wouldn't you know it, we're currently stuck. But it was good. It was an interesting weekend. And then also I spent 2 weeks getting certified to teach military history for next semester. It was fine. It was a class. And I'm not the biggest military history guy ever. I don't mind it, you know, now and again, but sometimes the topics just lose me completely. I'm more of a nerd about like the gear they had and like the tactics they used. When you start doing things like Colonel Pencil Shavings took his 273rd Light Regiment Brigade, which usually consisted of like 15 guys, 7 of which were brothers, all from the same town. And then they would confront General Nitroglycerin and his 475th Kentucky Rifles or something like that. And that was the decisive moment in the Battle of the Left-Handed Hammer Creek Railroad Crossing. You kind of lose me, but it is what it is. So this week is their finals week, and so there's not a ton that I need to be doing because I'm just waiting for them to turn in their final papers. And I think how I did their final papers kind of speaks to how I am as an instructor. First of all, this is what it's called. Yes, that is actually what I named it. But also 2 things. One, they had all semester to do it. Obviously, I'm not ignorant. I knew they would wait until the last second to do it. And then secondly, it required them to read a book. A wild concept for college kids to have to do, I know. But I think the value of searching for books and having to do research in certain things is overlooked as a skill, especially for some of them whose majors don't involve that at all outside of just their basic English classes. Like the most learning I've done in life has just been independent looking at things that interest me. And hopefully this opens some doors in their minds as to something that they could continue to do as they get older. And like I purposely did not give them like a list of books so they could go. I gave them a general prompt and then made them go find one, and then I would approve it later with the hope that they would search through books and find some others that might interest them as they're going along. But we'll see. We'll see. They're due in about 24 hours. So for them, the moment of reckoning has arrived. And then for all the graduating cadets, it's always a weird time because as a cadet, they're held way up here. But then once they commission, the second they commission and they're lieutenants, like not even in frame, they're actively on the ground again. And so they go from just like this general, not coddled state, but looked after state to just trial by fire, kicking you out of the nest, and hopefully you learned how to fly while you were here. It's always an interesting transition. I like seeing how people handle it. And no, I know I've done like several videos in my office now, but I had never actually cleaned out this bookshelf. It is still an enigma as to what all this stuff is. Maybe eventually when I get a moment, I'll do it.